Hello, GameXers. My name is Nishan Maharaj. I am the CEO and co-founder of GameXLabs. A brief introduction about myself. I am a fraud risk expert. I've got over 17 years of fraud risk management experience. I've worked for local companies like First National Bank, MTN, Deloitte. I've also worked for international companies like Luno, Dapper Labs. And GameXDex or GameXLabs was actually spawned from my experience at Dapper Labs, which is essentially a blockchain and a crypto gaming company. So GameXLabs was actually, the idea came to me whilst working for Dapper Labs. I have about 12 years of cryptocurrency experience with regards to cryptos as well as blockchains. I was the head of fraud for Luno. I was the head of fraud for Dapper Labs and looked after a worldwide or global team in terms of fraud risk management, and also looked at specific types of fraud, specifically in the crypto and Web3 space. So who are we and what do we do? We are essentially a Web3 gaming company that has a GameXDex, which is a decentralized exchange. And our DEX actually offers trust chain as well as a bridging DEX. And we support over 50 blockchains and over 6,000 cryptocurrency tokens. In terms of GameXLabs, we are redefining the gaming landscape by merging the thrill of gaming and the power of cryptocurrency. And what that essentially means is our games are going to be powered by our own GMX token that we have created, and it's going to be the in-game currency. The team, I've gave a brief introduction about myself. The other co-founder is Sanjeev.Singh. He's got over 25 years of software development and architecture and infrastructure experience. He's also worked for gaming companies such as Gold Rush Casino. He's also implemented wallets for the likes of Betway and the like. Then our chief legal officer is Nishan Maharaj, and she is a seasoned attorney of the High Court of South Africa, and she's got over 24 years of legal experience with regards to forensics, fraud and compliance. And then moving on to Rivasha, she is actually our chief financial officer, and she also comes with a plethora of experience. She's got over 20 years of financial experience with regards to innovation management and strategic planning in terms of business planning and business plans and that sort of thing. And then we also have Kuresha Puran, who is actually our marketing consultant. And she also has quite a vast experience portfolio with regards to marketing. She's also represented local companies as well as international brands. And she's also has the leadership of Fast Pace, and she provides the content for our website and also website development. In terms of the mission and vision for GameXLabs, we actually want to become Africa's biggest Web3 platform. In a nutshell, we're going to give the gamers the ability to actually earn through our games. So our games will be a play to earn model. It's also going to be a global presence because as I mentioned earlier, we do have a centralized or a decentralized exchange from where they can actually swap for cryptocurrencies that they require. We also envision a world where our African gamers can actually convene and showcase their talent. One of the difficult challenges in Africa is that access to these platforms is quite challenging and very expensive. The products. So we actually launched our first beta game in November last year. It is actually a soccer game that enables you to take a free kick as well as be a goalkeeper. And you will need 15,000 tokens to play the game, but your tokens go into a prize pool, and at the end of the week, whoever finishes in the top 3 actually share the they have a revenue share. We do have a revenue share program in which they will obviously get a share of the pot. In terms of Soccer Stars, you will need a minimum of 2 players, but we actually incorporated an AI component into the game as well. So you'll never have to wait for an opponent to play against. And the background with regards to Soccer Stars is being in the Web3 space and being a new company, it is exceptionally difficult to establish credibility. And what we've done with Soccer Stars is we've rushed the game, but it was to establish credibility in the Web3 and crypto space. As we all know, 99% of the projects that are coming through are either fraudulent projects, or they are designed to actually manipulate you into stealing your money. With Soccer Stars, we actually launched it with the promise of establishing ourselves in the Web3 space as a legal entity. We are not here to scam anybody. We are actually a registered company in South Africa. So this is actually the second beta game that we're going to be launching. We are hoping to launch in the 4th quarter of 2025. Deadly Strike Force is going to be a first-person shooter game, and basically you are submersed into an arena, and your sole purpose is to eliminate as many opponents as possible. The more opponents you eliminate, the more points you generate, and it is also a play to it will also be a play to earn model. So in the top 3 or top 10 players, you'll also have a share of the revenue in terms of what has been compiled in that pot. With regards to the GMX token, it's something that we've created early last year, and we launched the token on the 28th of May 2024. With regards to the token, it is going to be our in-game currency. So that's the utility behind the token. And we've made a decision to mint just a maximum of 2 billion tokens. And the reason behind that is that we want to give this token every opportunity to reach that $1 mark and beyond. When we launched with liquidity, the price of the token was 0.50 3,300 units. So we've actually shown quite a significant growth here. Our all-time high for the token was 180x. So in other words, on the 28th of May, if you put in $1,000 into our token, by September last year, your $1,000 would have been worth $180,000. And this is again just to showcase the growth of the token. We are listed on DEX Screener. I will get to the exchanges, the centralized exchanges that we are listed on later on in the slide deck. But this is just to showcase the growth of the token. It has come down as well, but we do anticipate it going back up. It's the norm with regards to cryptocurrencies. You do have your growth spurts as well as your downward spirals. In terms of the token utility, in my opinion, we've actually mooned our utility. And what I mean by that is we've actually partnered with a company called Li-Fi Protocol, which is they provide an aggregation DEX. And with Li-Fi Protocol, they also have a cryptocurrency payment gateway, which is called Li-Fi Pay. We have strategically implemented or got our token listed in their GitHub repository. And what that essentially means is for every single merchant that incorporates Li-Fi Pay, our token would be available for payment on that merchant's website or application. So if an example of who has actually incorporated Li-Fi Pay is a company called bidrefill.com. And on bidrefill.com, you can actually, if you take from a South African perspective, these are all of the merchants that, actually this is just a subset of the merchants that are actually on that website. So you've got places like Woolworths, Takealot, Amazon, Uber, MasterCard, you've got Builders Warehouse, you've got the iStore, you've got Game, you've got Hirsch. From a South African perspective, these are the major merchants in the industry. So you can actually go to bitrefill.com, purchase a voucher using our GMX token. Then you can go onto Woolies on their online store app, and you can actually use the voucher to actually conclude your payment. With regards to our DEX, I gave a brief introduction in terms of what it is. So it is a cross-chain bridging DEX or aggregating DEX. And what that essentially means is if you look at the transaction that, let's say, for example, you want to swap BNB for our GMX token, it will look for the cheapest route in terms of the processing of that transaction with the lowest gas fee. And it will quote you on the cheapest platform that's going to actually give you the trade at the lowest price. So if you go onto GameXDex.com and you click on the transaction screen, you'll actually see our gas fees. The max the max for the current trades that you see is about $1.47. However, the cheapest, and this is predominant, I'd say 99% of the trades, it's between 1 cent and 2 cents in terms of the gas fee. We support over 50 blockchains and over 6,000 tokens. We are able to list projects, we are able to list tokens on our blockchain. Almost any chain that these tokens are minted on, we are able to list. I think the only two that it does not support currently is TON or TONkeeper and Tron. So Li-Fi protocol is actually working to get those blockchains incorporated, and once that is done, we'll be able to support Tron and TON as well. The app, this is some exciting news for us because we are actually also launching the GameXDex app, which is going to be called GMX Pay. With regards to this, you will actually be able to swap for your cryptocurrency on your mobile application. You can actually do it right now, but it basically means toggling between your mobile browser and your wallet, whether it's MetaMask or Coinbase wallet, Binance wallet, Trust wallet, Phantom wallet, whatever it is, it basically means you've got to toggle between two applications. With the GameXDex application, it's going to be seamless. It's going to be all in one application, and you'll be able to trade for your favorite crypto. It will be available in both Android and iOS. Our marketing strategy. So we've already seen some growth with regards to our following. We already on TikTok have over 9,500 followers. On YouTube, over 4,500 followers. We've just reached over 1,000 followers on X. And we already have about over 400 potential gamers that are actually waiting for Deadly Strike Force in our Discord channel. So we do have a user base to work off currently, and that user base is ever growing. We are going to be targeting a lot of crypto Web3 influencers, which the groundwork for that has already happened. And we've already partnered with a couple of them, which are actually promoting GameXLabs throughout X as well as Telegram. In terms of the initiatives that we've done so far, we've had we've hosted various competitions. We've had an invite challenge, which basically meant that the winner of the most amount of invites or people that joined our channels, whoever that person was, actually won some GMX tokens. We've already had our token sale, and we've also had a trading competition. For those people that have traded our token, we've also rewarded them with GMX tokens. We've also conducted airdrops, and we've also given our community rewards in terms of airdrops, and we've also had community competitions. We've also had a sign-up campaign in terms of registering on our website for Soccer Stars, and we had an affiliate program. However, that has been suspended for the time being, because we are actually working on a new registration page for Deadly Strike Force. And also our hosting is on Huawei Cloud. But I think in the near future, we'll be moving over to something a little bit more what's the right word? A little bit more cloud-based. Okay, so looking ahead, we have listed on a centralized exchange, which is DEX Trade, but we actually are targeting closer to your tier one centralized exchanges, for example, Coinbase, KuCoin, MEXC, and Binance is definitely on the list. But as we all know, from a listing perspective on these exchanges, it costs a significant amount of money. For example, on Binance, you're looking at about $1 million just to list your token. And then we've already had a listing on CoinGecko. We are waiting for the approval for CoinMarketCap. And as I mentioned, listing on tier one exchange like Binance. And we also want to add more liquidity into our token. In terms of the GitHub token logo listing, this has already been done. And we've already conducted community giveaways. This is just the confirmation of the listing of the GMX token on DEX Trade, which is essentially a centralized exchange as well, which occurred last year on the 25th of September 2024. And basically, to contact us, those are our contact numbers. The first one is mine, the second one is Sanjeev's. Those are our websites and our email addresses. We are based in Johannesburg, and we are a registered entity in Johannesburg. If you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. You can reach out to my team. You can actually also use info@GameXLabs.com if you actually want to have a general conversation.
Can I ask a question? Do you have something like Ask Me Anything?
Yes, we do have. We've migrated from a Google Hangout into our X platform. So we do have regular space events where we are able to showcase our product. Well, we can talk about our product as well as entertain any. The listeners can actually ask any questions that they are uncertain about, or if they have any concerns. We do have a space on X, and that is going to be recurring every single Monday at 8 p.m. South African time. And if you have any questions, you can actually join the space and you can listen in, and you can actually ask questions on the space as well.
So someone like me who has no idea how to game, but I just want to invest in the token, what would be the value add for me?
So in terms of investing in the token, there's two potential value adds. The first one is obviously the token is very cheap right now. So the potential for you to earn or to make a significant return on investment is quite high. As seen in the deck, our all-time high was 180x. There's nothing stopping our token from actually gaining to $1. And if we do go beyond $1, that's essentially generational wealth. The second component is if you do invest with us, you will be coming on board as an ambassador. And as an ambassador, you will actually, so from the GameXDex platform, you actually will be able to earn a part of the revenue share from the fees that we earn from the trades that are done on our GameXDex platform. What we are going to do for ambassadors, 10% of the fees that we earn on the GameXDex will be distributed to our ambassadors on a monthly basis.
So just explain to me, what is an ambassador like?
It's a person that has invested with GMX as well as promoting GameXLabs. If you're able, but essentially it's one or the other or both. You can come in as an investor. You'll also be included in the ambassador program. If you want to be someone that wants to promote our platform, you can also come in. And if you're able to bring in clients, you'll also get a subset or a portion of the revenue share.
Okay, so I heard you talk about you need 15,000 tokens to play the game. So in terms of rands, because we in South Africa now, how much does that equate to?
So it's based on the current price, it's about 38 US cents. So you're looking at about in the conversion rate into rands, you're looking at just 760 for a game. But as I mentioned, that 760 goes into a pot. And let's say, for example, there's 1,000 games that is played, that's 7,600 Rand. That will be shared with the top 3 players. So the first person will get 70% of the pot, 20% of the pot, and the third person will get 10% of the pot.
So if I want to play the game, is there an app that I have to download? How do I access it?
You can actually go to our website, which is www.GameXLabs.com, and you click on the gaming tab, and then you'll get access to the games. So it's not a downloadable program. It is web-based. So you will unfortunately require the internet to play our games.
Okay, so I'm going to allow others to come in now. I just want to ask one last question. So if I have to put, so what is the minimum amount that I can invest?
Any amount.
So
if you want to put in a Rand, you can.
But ideally, if I want to see like a bigger profit share, would you say 500, 1,000 minimum start? And can I then top up if I start with like, let's say 500 Rand?
Yes, you can.
And then?
So the thing about the GMX token is that it's available to you 24/7. You can actually trade or buy our token on our DEX as well. You will need to unfortunately convert your fiat currency into crypto, which you will need a centralized exchange to do that. For example, Valor in South Africa. Once you convert your fiat into crypto, specifically BNB, because we are minted on the BNB chain, and you can then use the BNB to swap on our DEX for the GMX token.
Okay. Nalini actually asked most of the questions that I wanted to ask. The last one was the minimum investment required. So you can become an influencer, like you said,
yes.
An ambassador. We will get rewarded. And then if you invest, you don't have to play, right?
No. Oh. So there's three different components to GameXLabs. You have the gaming side, which is for gamers. You have the token, which is, as I've shown you, the utility for that token. You can literally buy your daily groceries in South Africa, if you're in Dubai, if you're in the US, if you're in the UK. You just access goodpeople.com and you can actually purchase whatever you want with our token. You can even book through booking.com with our token. So it's easily accessible and you can invest whatever amount you want.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, guys?
So would you be able to put us into a group and so on, and then like a reminder, like you know, you said Mondays on that platform. So is there a group that one can like?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have a WhatsApp group, or you can join our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel, or the link to the Telegram group, is actually on our website at the bottom of the website. Once you're in the group, you will actually get regular updates in the group or in the channel. You can also join our WhatsApp channel, which is also a link on our website that you can join, where we post regular updates. So it's not just updates on spaces, but updates in terms of what we are actually building at GameXLabs. As I mentioned, we are going to be rolling out an app, which we anticipate in the next 2 to 3 months. We are launching our second beta game, which is also in the next couple of months. So there will be regular updates in terms of what we're trying to do and what we are going to be doing. So if you guys want to join those channels, you're more than welcome to.
I also noticed that you do community service. You want to just mention which community service you do work with?
Yes, so we actually are one of the sponsors for Village of Love, which is a charitable organization, a non-profit organization here in South Africa, and they are actually trying to build an old age home with a boutique hotel and a community center. So that is in the pipeline. They are busy raising funds right now, and GameXLabs is one of the partners involved in that. To conclude, GameXLabs essentially caters for 3 different categories. We cater for gamers, we cater for those that just want to purchase our token, and we cater for crypto enthusiasts who want to actually purchase tokens via our GameXDex. So GameXers, we hope to see you on our platforms, and you can reach out on our email address via info@gamexlabs.com. You can visit our website, which is www.gamexlabs.com and www.gamexdex.com. And don't forget, we are actually going to be launching our app for GameXDex, which will be available in your Android and iOS stores. So from the CEO, Nishan Maharaj, I would really love to engage with you a lot more. So please reach out to us on our social media platforms as well as our email platforms, and hope to see you there. Thank you.